You know, we're seeing some really promising signs in the crypto market. SHIB is doing some very exciting things, printing a lot of green, especially over the last week. And now it's a question of, can we finally trigger alt season? Can we finally trigger this moment that we've been waiting for? I have to say that right now things have been set up in a very strong position. SHIB's hit some prices it hasn't seen since all the way back in the late part of August. We've hit some open interest levels we haven't seen since then as well. And we're going to discuss all that and more in this video. Is this in fact going to be what we needed to see? So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So when we're looking at SHIB's candle today, right now, understand it's still very early on. It's 6:25 a.m. Central Standard Time. We have not gotten our CPI report yet, but if that data comes back either meeting or beating expectations, I think that's going to be a very good sign and potentially something that can trigger more capital to enter the market right now. Understand that there's still a lot of money just sitting on the sidelines, just waiting to surge back in. But almost each and every day over this last week, we've seen a little bit more creep in, a little bit more creep in. I think people are starting to understand that, hey, our time is really running out to accumulate at cheap prices in the space. And right now, when we look at Shiba Inu, we're basically setting higher highs. And, you know, we're above our 100-day moving average. We're doing what we've done here many times before. And what I'll say is, again, we still need to watch. We still need to get above this 200-day moving average. That's going to be a pretty big deal. But, you know, we've seen this take place several times before where we've gotten our surge past our 100-day, and then it was just pretty much smooth sailing from there. This is what we saw in late 2024. And I want to remind everybody that typically Q4 tends to be an exciting time for the crypto market. And you're starting to feel just a little bit of momentum building throughout the space. For those that aren't familiar or didn't catch some of my other videos, we're talking about this BTC breakout that needs to happen. We're right on the edge of trend right here. So again, I think it's going to pretty much come down to today. Can we get a good CPI report to basically trigger enough excitement in the market to cause some extensions to take place? Now, what I will say in terms of Shiba Inu as well is we've actually hit some of the highest levels of open interest we have seen since all the way back here. Gosh, in actually July. This late July. That was the last time open interest was in fact this high. So this is a pretty darn big deal. What you're seeing is a lot of active betting going on in terms of Shiba Inu. We've seen a 7% increase over the last 24 hours. We're still at a very heavy long ratio, and you're seeing a lot of excitement start to take over SHIB, which, you know, for the past several months, it's been kind of blah. There hasn't really been a whole lot going on. And this is kind of starting to look like where SHIB kind of flips things around, right? One of these, right? So, and again, this isn't to guarantee or financial advice or anything like that. That's just my rough, my rough drawing there for you guys. But I will say again, even our weekly candle here is very close to that 20-week moving average like we were talking about. So we're seeing just the right signs taking place. Now, what I thought was very interesting is when we look at this crypto Altseason index, we've seen a pretty significant surge over the last 24 to 48 hours. We're up to a 67 now. And for those that aren't familiar, a technical Altseason is when we're at a 75 out of 100, which basically means 75 of the top 100 altcoins are outpacing BTC over the last 90 days. Well, look what just emerged above BTC. Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is currently up 12.05%. Over the last 90 days. BTC is up 8.78%. So we're actually very close to, again, probably what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 altcoins actually passing BTC potentially over the next 24 to 48 hours as long as the data comes in right. And where would that put us? In a technical alt season, okay? Now, does that mean that's up only season? Does that mean that that's the trigger that's going to send it? Maybe, maybe not. I will say crypto search optics continuing to rise is a great sign. This is partial data from today, but that's pretty good if that's half our day so far. I will say, just taking a look at exchange app downloads, we have also seen Robinhood re-enter the top 200. So you're actually seeing a lot of people paying attention while this move is in kind of full swing, which is a great sign here. So in order for us to trigger that, again, like I've talked about before, you need to see this series of events. You need to see capital re-entering the market. You need to see excitement in terms of assets. You need to see the top, 75 of the top 100 outpacing BTC. You need to see search optics on the rise. You need exchange app downloads to surge. And we're getting all those things just kind of working in conjunction with each other right now. So that's perfect. I really can't complain. Now, I did see a post from James Wynn. He said the only two blue chip meme coins in crypto that will live on for decades to come are Doge and Pepe. There is no others. No, not fart shit, not Shiba Inu. Only these two. And I completely disagree. Shiba Inu has already shown that it's been resilient enough to hang around from last market cycle to this market cycle while gaining on a fundamental level. And again, it really seems like we're building towards one of those moments where SHIB can have one of these big explosive weekly candles. And I'm not guaranteeing that's going to happen for sure. And this isn't financial advice, of course, but we just need excitement. We need conviction and we need excitement. We need conviction, we need excitement. And looks like we're about to see those two things work together. Again, like we talked about that bullish flip taking place. We're probably going to close this week on a green note as long as we don't get any major surprises in the space. So that's kind of where we're at. So appreciate you guys as always. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.